Hello, Sairam students. Okay, now today let us start with a new chapter, that is fractions, addition and subtraction. Now students, we have already done this topic in your lower class, that is in standard 4th, and you also learned how to add and subtract a fraction with the common denominator. Now in your lower class, or you can see in 4th standard, you have already studied what is a fraction, what are called as equivalent fractions, what are like and unlike fractions, what is called as proper, improper, unit and mixed fractions. You also learn how to convert a mixed fraction to an improper fraction, and also how to convert an improper fraction to a mixed fraction. Before we start with the new topic, let us quickly take a small recap of all these topics. Now first, let us understand what is a fraction. Now a fraction is a part of a whole or a collection. Okay. Now suppose if I write any fraction, that is, if I write a fraction has 1/2, this number on top is called as the numerator, and it tells you into how many parts are there or colored, you can see, or the denominator or the bottom number tells us that how many parts make a whole, or you can say a whole is divided into how many parts. Okay, so the top number is called as the numerator. It tells you how many parts are taken or how many parts are there, and the bottom number, which is called as the denominator, tells you into how many parts the whole is divided. Now in this figure you can see the first figure is of a whole, that is 1. In the second figure, the whole is divided into 2 equal parts. Yes, so your denominator is 2 and one part is colored or one part is taken, so fraction is written as 1/2. Now in the third figure, the whole is divided into 4 equal parts, so your denominator will be 4, and out of 4 parts, one part is colored, so your fraction becomes 1/4. And in the fourth figure, out of 4 parts, 3 parts are colored, so you write the fraction as 3/4. Okay. Now let us understand what are equivalent fractions. Now equivalent fractions are those fractions which have the same value or represent the same part of a whole. Now for example, here 1/2, 2/4 and 4/8 are some examples of equivalent fractions. Now 1/2 means the whole is divided into 2 equal parts, and out of that one part is taken. 2/4 again means the whole is divided into 4 equal parts, and out of that 2 parts are taken. So when I say 2/4, that means if I reduce it to my lowest term, again it is 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, that is half. Okay, again 4/8 also is called as an equivalent fraction because 4 ones are 4 and 4 twos are 8, again it comes to half. So equivalent fractions are those fractions which have the same value or represent the same part of a whole. Now what are like and unlike fractions? Now fractions that have the same denominator are called as like fractions. Now, for example, in this 9/3, 4/3 and 6/3, the denominator is same, that is 3. Such fractions are called as like fractions. Okay, so fractions that have the same denominator are called as like fractions, and fractions that have different denominators. Now here you can see 3, 2 and 4. All the denominators are different, so such fractions are called as unlike fractions. Okay, now what are proper and improper fraction? Fractions in which the numerator is less than the denominator. Yes, the numerator is less than the denominator. Now see this example, 3 upon 5, 2 upon 7 and 1 upon 4. Here in all the three fractions, the numerator is less than the denominator. Such fractions are called as proper fractions. Okay, and fractions in which the numerator is greater than the denominator. Here the numerator is greater than the denominator. Such fractions are called as improper fractions. Okay, so this you have to keep it in mind, proper and improper fractions. What are proper fractions? Where the numerator is less than the denominator. Such fractions are called as proper fractions, and where the numerator is greater than the denominator, such fractions are called as improper fractions. Now what are unit fraction? Now fractions in which the numerator is 1. They don't have any other number, but where the numerator is always 1, such fractions are called as the unit fractions. The denominators can be different, but the numerator, if the numerator is 1, such fractions are called as unit fractions. And what are mixed fractions? Mixed fractions are made of a whole number and a proper fraction. When I write the fraction as 2, 1 upon 3, this number 2 is called as a whole number and 1 upon 3 is a proper fraction. Why proper fraction? Because here the numerator is less than the denominator. Okay. So what are mixed fraction? Mixed fractions are made up of a whole number and a proper fraction. Such type of fractions are called as mixed fractions. Okay. Examples: 2 1 upon 3, 4 3 upon 5 and 9 1 upon 2. So these fractions are called as mixed fractions. Now how to convert a mixed fraction to an improper fraction? Now to convert a mixed fraction to an improper fraction, you have to use a formula, that is, you have to multiply the whole number into denominator plus the numerator divided by the denominator. Now suppose if I take any number, improper fraction has 2 3 upon 5, and I have to convert this mixed fraction to an improper fraction. What I'll do is whole number, that is 2, multiplied by denominator is 5 plus what is the numerator? 3, and upon the denominator, that is 5. So 2 5s is 10 and 10 plus 3 is 13. So my mixed improper fraction will be 13 upon 5. Okay, so this is the formula which you have to use to convert a mixed fraction to an improper fraction. Now how to convert an improper fraction to a mixed fraction? To convert an improper fraction, you have to divide it. Now suppose if I convert an improper fraction, that is, suppose if I want to convert this number, that is 12 improper fraction, 12 upon 5. I have to convert it into mixed fraction. So I will divide this 12 by 5. When I divide this 12 by 5, 5 2s is 10, 2 remainder, 2 upon 5. I will divide it and show you. When you divide this 12 by 5, 5 2s is 10, 12 minus 10 is 2. Now quotient is 2, so that you will write it as a whole number. Quotient 2 you will write it as a whole number. Then remainder 2 you will write here as a proper fraction upon divisor, that is 5. So to convert an improper fraction, you will use this formula, that is mixed fraction is equal to quotient remainder upon divisor. Okay, coming to the next one. A fraction is said to be in its lowest term when its numerator and denominator have only 1 as the common factor. Now here in the example, 3 upon 2, 5 upon 4 and 7 upon 3, all the numerator and the denominator have only 1 as the common factor. They do not have any other common factor. Okay, so such type of fractions are said to be in its lowest term. A fraction has division. Suppose if the fraction is written as 4 upon 6, that means 4 is divided by 6. Same way, if 3 upon 5 is the fraction, that means 3 is divided by 5. So you can say that every fraction can be written as division, and also division can be expressed as fraction. That is, if it is given as 7 divided by 11, that means in a fraction form you will write it as 7 divided by 11. This is called as a division bar, or you can call it also as a fraction bar. So 7 divided by 11. Okay, now some sums which you have to do it in your notebook, children. Let's recall. First question is write 3 equivalent fractions for 9 upon 11, and you have to say whether is it equivalent to 5 upon 33. Now equivalent fraction means you all know that which has got the same, represent the same value. Okay, so you have to write any 3 equivalent fraction for 9 upon 11. Okay, so for 9 upon 11, now you all know that equivalent fractions are those fractions which represent same or equal values. Now for 9 upon 11, you will multiply this 9 by 2 and 11 also by 2. When you multiply the number by 2, you will get it as 18 upon 22. Okay, when you are multiplying any number with the numerator, the same number, it has to be multiplied by the denominator also. Now here the number 18 upon 22, when I reduce it to its lowest term, you will get this as 2 9s are 18, again 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2. So again it comes to 9 upon 11. That means it is equivalent to the fraction, that is 9 upon 11. The same thing, that is 9 if I multiply it by 3, 9 3s is 27 and 11 3s is 33. Now this 27 upon 33, if I reduce it to the lowest term, 3 9s are 27 and 3 1s are 3 and 3 1s are 3. Okay, now 9 upon 11 has got only one common factor, so it cannot be reduced further. So 18 upon 22, 27 upon 33 as well as 36 upon 44 are equivalent fractions of 9 upon 11. Now is it equivalent to 5 upon 33? No, it is not equivalent to 5 upon 33. Okay, so again this 36 and 44, again if you reduce it to its lowest term, you will get this as 4 9s are 36, 4 1s are 4, 4 1s are 4. Again you are getting the fraction as 9 upon 11, that is 36 upon 44 is also equivalent to 9 upon 11. Coming to the next sum, you have to convert this into mixed fraction, that is 21 divided by 11. Okay, so you will divide this number 21 by 11. Now 11 1s are 11, 11 2s are is 22, which you cannot take, so you will take it as 11 1s are 11. 1 minus 1 is 0, 2 minus 1 is 1. Now how will you write this in a mixed fraction? You will write it as, which is your quotient? Your quotient is 1, so you write it as 1. What is your remainder? Your remainder is 10. So 10 upon divisor is 11. Now when you are writing your whole number, you write the whole number here, that is in between this fraction bar. Okay, so 1 10 upon 11 is your mixed fraction. Coming to the next one, again 58 upon 9. So divide this 58 divided by 9. Now 9 how many times is 58? 9 6 are 54, 9 7 are 63. So you will not take 7 times, you will take 9 6 are 54. Now 8 minus 4 is 4. 5 minus 5 is 0. So your answer is, what is your quotient? 6 becomes your whole number. That is, your quotient becomes your whole number. Your remainder is 4. You write it like this. 4 upon divisor is your 9. So 4 upon 9 becomes your proper fraction. So mixed fraction is written as quotient, remainder upon divisor. So 6, 4 upon 9 is your mixed fraction. Okay. Coming to the next sum. Reduce the following fractions to their lowest term. Now you have to, now to reduce the following fractions to their lowest term, so what we will do first is, we'll find the prime factors of 49 and 63. So you write it here as 49 and then 63. So 7 sevens are 49, 7 ones are 7. You all know how to find the prime factors, correct, which we have already learned. For 63, 63 is divisible by 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 1s are 3, 3 7s are 21, 7 1s are 7. Okay, so this prime factors of 49 is 7 into 7 and prime factor of 63 is 3 into 3 into 7. Okay, I have written it here in the next slide. Okay, here I have written the answer for you. That is, prime factors of 49 is 7 and 7 and prime factors of 63 is 3 into 3 into 7. Okay, now you can cancel this common numbers, that is 7 and 7. So your answer is 7 upon 3 3s are 9. So this I have reduced it to the lowest term. So coming to the next one. Next sum is 90 upon 40. So first thing what we will do is, we will take the prime factors of 90. Yes, 2, it is divisible by 2, 2 4s are 8, 1 carry over, 2 5s are 10. 45 is divisible by 5, 5 9s are 45. 9 is divisible by 3, 3 3s are 9 and 3 1s are 3. Same way for 40, it is divisible by 2. So 2, 2 2s are 4, 0. 2 again, 2 1s are 2, 0. 2 5s are 10 and then 5 1s are 5. Okay, now in this 2 you can cancel and 5 you can cancel. So what is left? 3 3s are 9 and 2 2s are 4. So I have reduced it to the lowest term by taking out the prime factors. Okay. Now coming to the next one, that is 84 upon 48. Okay, now we'll take the prime factors of the number 84. So I'll write 84 here and 48. So it is divisible by 2. So 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4. Again it is divisible by 2. 2 2s are 4. So 2. 3 7s are 21. 7 1s are 7. So I'll write it as 2 into 2 into 3 into 7. The prime factors of 84. Same with the next. 2 2s are 4. 2 4s are 8. 2 1s are 2. 2 2s are 4. 12 again divisible by 2. 2 6 are 12. 2 3s are 6 and 3 1s are 3. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 These are the prime factors. Now this 2 and this 2 you can cancel. Here common factors you can cancel. 3 also. So what is left? That is 7 upon 4. So the answer is 7 upon 4. Okay, so this is your answer. So you have reduced it to the lowest term. Now you have to solve here. The next question is you have to solve and then reduce it to the lowest term. Now how to solve it? The first thing is 13 upon 12 plus 1 upon 7. Now here both the places the denominators are different. So the first thing what you have to do is you have to make the denominator same. Okay, to add the fractions you have to make the denominators same. So how to make the denominator same is, first you will take out the prime factor of LCM of 12 and 7. So 12 and 7. So 12 is divisible by 2 6 are 12, 2 3s are 6 and 3 1s are 3. 7 is a prime number, so it is divisible only by the number itself. So what are the LCM of 12 and 7? That is, you will multiply all the numbers, all the prime numbers. So 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, 12 into 7 is 84. So yep, LCM of 12 and 7 is 84. Now what you will do is, the next step, now 13 upon 12 is your fraction. So 12, if you multiply it by 7, you will get the denominator as 84. So you will multiply 12 by 7. Now when you are multiplying 12 by 7, you will multiply this 13, the numerator also, by 7. So 13 into 7 is 91 upon 84. The same way with the next fraction 1 upon 7. 7 if you multiply it by 12, you will get 84. So you will multiply this 7 into 12. Again the numerator will also be multiplied by 12. So 1 into 12 is 12. Now you have made the denominators same. Now it is easy for you to add. So 91 plus 12 upon 84. So 91 plus 12 is 103 upon 84. So this is your answer. Okay. So you have to be very careful while multiplying and adding the fractions. Coming to the next one. 9 1 upon 2 minus 7 1 upon 3. Now here again it is a mixed number. So first make it into a improper fraction. Okay. So 9 into 2 plus 1 upon 2, that is 9 2s are is 18 plus 1 upon 2. So 18 plus 1 is 19 upon 2. Okay. So the next number is 7 1 upon 3. So what you will do is 7 into 3 plus 1 upon 3. So 7 3 is 21 plus 1 upon 3, that is 22 upon 3. Now you will find the LCM of 2 and 3. Okay. So LCM of 2 and 3, how will you find? So first you will draw a line. You can directly find the LCM of 2 and 3. So 2 1s are 2. This 3 will remain as it is. 3 is divisible only by the number itself. So LCM of 2 and 3 is 2 3s are 6. So the next step what you will do is you have to make the denominator same. Okay. So to make the denominator same, you will multiply this 19 upon 2. Okay. So when you multiply to this 2, which number if you multiply you will get 6, that is 3. So numerator also you will multiply it by 3. 19 3s are 57 upon 6. Same way 22 upon 3. Which number if you multiply it by 3 you will get 6, that is 2. So denominator and the numerator both you will multiply it by 2. So 22 into 2 times is 44. 3 into 2 times is 6. Now Can you see, children, both the denominators are same here, 6 and 6. Now you can subtract. So 57 upon 6 minus 44 upon 6. So 57 minus 44 is 13 upon 6. So that is your answer, that is 13 upon 6. You have reduced it to your lowest term. Okay, so you have learned how to solve the fractions and reduce to the lowest term. So based on this, you have to practice some sums, children, which you have to do it in your homework part. So practice convert to mixed fractions. Here improper fractions are given. You have to convert this improper fraction to mixed fractions. Okay, and the second one is you have to reduce the following fractions to the lowest term. Okay, so these 4 sums you have to practice and do it in your homework part. So meet you in the next class. Till then, thank you for today and bye bye.